Hey everybody, this is JC here. Just wanted to touch base with everybody, say hello via Hempstract, and wanted to go over some things with the business. First of all, I hope everybody had a great New Year's and holiday season. You know, it was tough with not everybody being able to travel and whatnot, but we were going through it as well. So I just wanted to make sure everyone's having a good holiday season. Just to start off, overall the industry, hemp and CBD is aggressively expanding. We saw many companies sprout up in early 2018 and 19, fail, flood the market with biomass, distillate, isolate. Most of these companies, struggled, and in most cases they failed. Where Hempstract came in is we came in a little bit later than some of these companies that were incepting large amounts of capital and trying to fit into a very, very populated sector. And we fit in very well with a lot of boutique clients as well as people that really want the best product out there. So the best material, the best distillate, the best isolate, where it tests the highest, they don't have pesticide issues, and the source of origin is what it is. It's not imported from China or different places in the world. Another thing we're seeing is really the widely accepted industry of hemp and CBD. It's changed a lot. And so you're seeing industries like, sports and fitness, geriatric people are using products a lot more. The largest and most expansive sector is women with beauty products, cosmetics, and commodity-based products. We're seeing the building industry very strong. Building blocks, siding, fiber, shades, paneling, flooring, counters, cabinets. This was something that really was a pie-in-the-sky type idea, and now you have real companies, producing these products and making houses and making sheds and doing things that we never thought possible. Also, a surprising one was the clothing and fashion industry and the garment industry, and I guess it's really hip now to be wearing hemp-based clothing. So we're seeing a huge uptrend in a lot of the brands, the higher end and medium end brands that are launching lines for that, and we're right in the middle of that. Also personal hygiene, automotive, furniture. These are all areas that we're really dialed in to be there for these different clients and sectors of the industry. Just a couple updates on the actual facility and what we've been doing. As we put out, we were expanding things like white label. We're expanding some things in the facility. We're in the process of buying a very large bath bomb machine, and that'll be from smaller to larger type batches, faster press, a blasting tunnel. Pretty much everything will be automated. We purchased a pill and capsule filling machine, high capacity, high voltage. It's all automated with PSI type capabilities, where it moves basically in a semi-autonomous way, and we're able to do pallets of these products where it took us maybe a week to get an order put together. We can do these in hours now. Also, we purchased a large cream and salve mixer, so we can do our additives onto these creams and salves. Different types of fragrances, or different types of terpenes, or actual additives to the actual cream and salve. We're going to be hiring 7 to 9 new people in the production, processing, and packaging areas. We'll be doing a second shift as well to be able to fill a lot of these orders we have coming in. We're going to be hiring 2 to 3 people to head up our inside sales division, and this is really because we're in the final stages of getting our e-commerce division up and running, which is a B2C type model, and we want to make sure that there's people there to answer the phones 24/7 for people's questions and needs. And so that's a strong move we're making, where not only just our shareholders but the general public can order our products online. The facility itself, all our electrical has already been upgraded, high capacity, high voltage. We don't have any capacity issues right now. We're looking to add on definitely one, but probably a second extractor at the facility due to the aggressive expansion of the tolling program, and then also just overall demand. Our white labeling division is going great. Katrina did a really nice job dialing these in. Sean Burns did a really nice job designing kind of the marketing layouts. We've got a base point on when we approach a client. We can visually show them how their logo or brand looks on paper and in a presentation, so they can get an idea before they go back to their procurement or purchasing teams or investors. And expect a very heavy news in some of these large sales that we've conducted and we're going through the process of. We've also seen a lot of acceptance from hemp and CBD in the areas of entertainment. So you're going to see probably a big shift with brands and grocery stores and C-stores. Everybody wants their own brand. Everybody wants their own label on a brand. And 5 years ago, you never saw it. You just saw it online. Now you're seeing, whole areas of grocery stores and C-stores basically just having their own area of CBD and hemp branded products. So that's very exciting. For 2021, we are expanding our own products. We're in R&D in a lot of areas. Mainly beauty products and cosmetics is the largest growth, so that's the one we're focused most on. We're also going to be doing a lot of the textile products for building materials, because we see that as a very viable, intelligent way for some of our waste material to maximize our total extraction process and the material that comes in. We're also anticipating large growth in areas like pet tinctures and salves, creams, and so we're right in the middle of all of that, really focused heavy on making sure that we've got that under wraps. A couple things I just want to add is we basically did some other things for shareholders that I just want to go over, and that is you sent me some questions, you had some concerns. I want to make sure that I let you know that we as a team reviewed all those, and I spent the time kind of itemizing some of these things out. And first off, we don't monitor, nor do we administrate or manage any of these chat boards or Twitter groups or Facebook groups or any of these social media groups. That was never our goal. We don't police it. We don't try to tell people what to say. If we post or interact, it's always going to try to be in a factual manner. But what I gathered was, some people were not happy with the some of our press releases, some of our wording, some of the things we put together. So I made the decision to hire an IR and a PR firm, professional firm, that will be taking on all of that. And we do value our shareholders. We want to make sure your questions are answered. We want to make sure that your concerns are met with answers and information and details, and what we legally can say. As far as our process as a company, I don't really feel that we can go any faster without the wheels coming off. I mean, we've come such a long way from shell inception to data to back-end correction, FINRA actions, corporate actions, getting into full-scale production mode, processing, packaging, our tolling agreements, staffing our team, human resources, training, safety standards, and creating SOPs and systems, IT systems. So I'm really proud of the team, of where we were and where we're headed. I feel real positive about everything. You hear a lot of this naysay stuff, and people try to say negative things. And at the end of the day, I think the whole group, we look at each other sometimes and we say, wow, I can't believe people can be negative, because we feel so positive about the business, and we're the ones running it and working for it, and making sure that things are taken care of and bills are paid and people are put to work. Saying that, we also really are aggressively approaching some issues with our sourcing process. So we had a lot of questions about that. First of all, I want to talk about tolling. I'm going to get into that, but we're going to talk about our sourcing process, because I feel like where we differ is we don't just take anybody's product. It's not just a national exchange of all hemp's created equal. We try to find the best product that it tests the best with the best strains. And how we do that is, we really just work with licensed farms. We want to make sure they're pesticide free. We do stage testing as well, which is really important to us to make sure we know what we're buying. We also, like I said, there's no exchange like wheat or beets or corn or soy. And so you have to have systems in place and SOPs in place for purchasing and procurement, and we've gotten those done. We also have a really good team that understands what they're buying, and over 30 years of experience in cannabis and hemp, just on the buying side, and knowing what the plant is and what the different differentials are. And so as going into that, a lot of people ask what are tolling agreements? How does this relate to the company? I want to hear about financials. So I'm going to go into that right now. And that really is, we have about a 12-step program for our tolling agreements. First off, it starts with sourcing. Then we qualify the farm or the distributor. Then we negotiation of the contract. So if it's a 2-party or a 3-party contract, there's obviously a split there in a ratio. We then do batch testing as well of what we're buying. And then we set up logistics, from farm to processor, us. Completion of the extraction process, additional lab batch testing. So we do that as, either a per strain or a per lot basis. Then, reporting for ratios, and because that's really important for the raw product. And then sales, whether that's selling through us vertically or as a raw supply to a manufacturer for products. That's really a process that we go. And each one of these processes has, another 5 or 7 steps in there. So when people complain about, why does it take so long? Why is it doing this? It takes so long because we care about our business and we don't want to buy things like hot product or low grade product or something that wouldn't meet our customer standards or our standards, which is really important that it does. And so we take our time to do that, and we move as fast as we can, of course, from the production side. But at the end of the day, it starts with the plant, and it really ends with making sure that these steps are followed and protocols are followed. As far as, has COVID interacted our goals or objectives? Really, no. At the end of the day, I feel like we're a strong company. We're well capitalized. We've been meeting our production goals. Our first tolling agreement, I believe it beat our expectations by 30% of the extraction ratios. People asked as well, why would you just put out a production PR and not one with financials? And I'll tell you why produce production versus revenues? Each one of those press releases should stand on their own. And so our anticipated revenues and financials will be submitted on its own PR shortly, and that through a supplemental. And that is why we want to do that, is we want to give you the financials, anticipated financials, but we want to do them on an isolated PR. And we really wanted to emphasize that we did a great job on the production side of it, which we finished that. And so now we're into the sales process. So you'll see that shortly. As far as our goals, people asked about our forecast, our goals, our valuation. I feel like we're doing great. We have more tolling agreements than we can complete, which is a good problem to have. And so that's why I said we're expanding. Our reach, what was our goal for tolling agreements? A lot of people ask that. We really initially started this, thinking we could do 10 to 20 million. Now we're looking at, more like 25 to 30 million in anticipated revenues, which I think at the end of the day, it takes, between 2 and 3 months to complete from, start to finish on these things. And that's if everything goes right. So if we keep on doing what we're doing, we're just going to have continued expansive, horizontal and vertical growth. And so that's very, very exciting. Some of the other areas that we're focused on to capture revenues and financials is improving some of our accounting and our back-end systems. Julie has been working really, really well with the team to get everything set up and itemized. And we're buying 2 new modules, one for inventory management, and then the second one, which is going to be basically our CRE, that we can plug into our existing system. So very, very exciting. A lot of good things coming. I want everybody to know that we do hear your questions. We hear your concerns. We do our best, but we are really busy, guys, working as hard as we can to get everything done. And lastly, we got some other good news that our infusion business that we've been working on. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the wine pictures and different things. We're going to be expanding that to, not just wine, but beer, sports drinks, energy drinks, waters, and then additives as well. And so those are some of the things, guys, that we've been working on, and things have been going really, really well. And, we're really excited about the future of this business. And you know, we're in it for the long term. We really are. And so a lot of these short-term people that, you know, praise us one day and hurt us the next day, I mean, we're moving forward. We're paying them no mind, and we're doing the business the best way to do it, which is the right way. And so if anybody has any additional questions, I'll be available anytime tomorrow. They can shoot me a question. Obviously, I can't answer forward-looking statements or questions, but I'll do my best to get you back any data I can. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to review all this. I did this as a recording because I thought I could get a lot more information than just doing a camera session and dilute it that way. So you guys can come back to it and ask questions about specific areas that you need. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night, and we'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.